tails and all. These clones is really going crazy. Yeah. Which brings me to the other part on what's actually going down here. What's actually going down here. Not only could they not make the black clones until the early 80s. See, they could make white clones since the 1940s with Hitler. They was not able to produce a black clone and produce the dark skin and all that without it mutating into the European until the 1980s after the Atlanta child murders, and based on the information that, but also now they was also getting this information from the actual aliens. But it was the Atlanta child murders. After the Atlanta child murders, they was able to produce, based on the interferon and all, they was able to produce the black clones. But not only do they do the clones as far as laboratories, but not only that too, there's another form of cloning that we need to address, and that is in actuality that the actual Pleiadians can literally come in and take over your body and wear it like a spacesuit. So you got some clones, just the regular DNA gene splicing based on your Hoken Bridge Road out here, where they hooked up to a machine and make another duplicate of you that you saw in Judge Dredd. But the other clones is walk-ins, where they literally just come in and walk into your body. So now some people with any degree of knowledge and all, they can literally walk into your body. The good part about it is you do not, I thought that they just snatched your body and you died or whatever, but in actuality they cannot remove you from your body. They can just walk into your body and this other entity can possess you, whereas you will be a zombie, but you'll be controlled by the other entity that's also inside of you. And one of the main ways that they actually are able to do it is also based on not drinking enough water and not eating enough fruits and a lot of diet things. Also, if you're eating these forms of meat, as far as all the meat, like especially like chicken and beef and all those type things, that's not meat anymore. That's a literally clone meat. Because anytime they kill 9,000 chickens a damn minute, they don't have 9,000 chickens on the planet to kill a minute. That is because what you're dealing with here is laboratory meat. So based on that and all, they're able to go in, and these people can stay in your body based on your body being unclean. You see, what happens is when you eat a lot of greens and eat a lot of vegetarian stuff, what happens is, and drink a lot of water, your aura becomes strong, and your aura is not only there just a light, it is also a protected barrier that protects and radiates. So if your aura is strong, they can't penetrate. Now that is why it is key to somehow raise your vibratory rate, as if what I was saying, from the lower chakras. Well, this would be a high chakra, because that's it, because that would be the wrong thing. But like I said before, to raise your chakras to a great degree up to at least the heart chakra. Because see, what it means is this. Below the heart chakra, you're not really living, you're just dead. You understand what I'm saying? You're just energy walking around with programmed rote learning that's programmed when you was a child. And basically the children are spiritual. You know, they're walking around and acting, they're spiritual, and then all of a sudden you program in them to be zombies. You see what I'm saying? And that's because the ego takes over more and more. And in puberty, the ego sinks in. So what it is the ego is in this area under the heart chakra. It's pulsating from your root chakra. So by the ego being in your root chakra, this is the consciousness that you'll be in. The majority of the people who are not trying to raise it, or who do not have any thoughts towards nothing but just survival, they are pulsating from this chakra. So if their intelligence is down this much, that means that they are just literally zombies and they're not really living. So therefore, the actual walk-ins, the entities can come and take that body. You see what I'm saying? And walk in that body. So it's crucial that you try to get your frequency up to the heart chakra, also with thought. And you do it basically by basically turning away from one type of living where you are totally functional on the physical, and these two eyes, which is the chi, and the logical and the rational mind, and basically dealing with spiritual endeavors where you think about this stuff 24/7. Even when you're doing something else, you're thinking about it. You see what I'm saying? Hell, I watch TVs and I go to the movie too. But I'm conscious at all times. You see, and start pulsating from this on up. So now what is actually happening where we're talking about thousands upon thousands? They say damn near 85% of the earth down here is now damn near walk-ins, zombies, and can be used by other entities. So Adalabroth, what he did was, he knew he was losing the fight. He knew he was rising. So he said to keep some of those from rising, the ones who have not risen, but remember, it's only going to be a small clique anyway, so we still went into war. But we're just talking about the dead and what's happening to them now. To keep some of them from rising, we're going to send the angels that I have created. Basically, people in the whole cluster, in some element of the Pleiadian system, in some other star system that's working with this renegade entity, they send them down to the earth and they literally walk into the bodies. They literally walk into the bodies. And their main thing is to keep, and a walking is basically to keep a person focused on anything but consciousness. So therefore, you got people acting like fools, you got people more in the political structure, and you got people, and I'm telling you, there's literally, we dealing with two different worlds here. And it's a minute, small world. We only talking about a consciousness that's less than 1%. And we talking about, I don't know how the percentage thing go, but what's less than 1 or oh what? Point something. Shit, probably 0.2. Probably 0.2 and you think of all the people in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Probably 0.2 something of consciousness. What's it? But remember now, always bear in mind that the earth don't operate from the masses. The earth operates, let me show you this. The earth operates, and this is a good analysis to show you how the earth operates. The earth operates only, this is a book, I don't know, it might be out of print. I know I got it, I stole it a couple of weeks ago and it started falling apart. I think it was an old book that they had in the store a long time ago. Shit. I advise y'all not to do that.
Do not try this at home.
Do not try this at home. Because I be rolling with some spirit shit when I go up in there. And I'm literally invisible. Go through the beef and all. Nothing beat. Sisters, none of that shit go off. But you got to know what you're doing to do that shit. I swear to God, I done detected, I know how to do the shit. That shit go through the beef or nothing beef or none of that shit. But you got to know how to invoke. Y'all might go through that shit. Go, so I advise you not to try that stuff. The world is run from this point. So basically, all of this round here don't make a damn bit of difference if they get all of this. You understand what I'm saying? If they get all of this. But basically what I'm saying is the masses are basically now, they have sent those down there and they have been walk-ins. So even if they was dead in the 80s, some of those are still dead for the simple fact that some of them who even started thinking of consciousness, they literally got other entities in them now. I'm telling you, we are that far. Well, obviously we got to be that far. If we're looking and we're seeing some shit where, I mean, look at. For this year, basically we can say from down all of 95 and all of 96 so far, we are literally living this thing. We're seeing things with the weather going on and seeing the crackers act like a fool and everybody act like a fool. So if we are in the last days, then obviously these are the things that was also prophesied that would happen. You see what I'm saying? And they say they will come against Israel like no other. They was not only talking about the white man, they was also talking about the forces. Because those forces don't want us to take the throne back. You see, and they're working against it. So what they're doing is, for a lot of these people, they are just basically just coming in, and they're just coming in, and they are actually walking in. Now I'm not just talking about analysis. Everything I'm talking about experiences. Okay, I get one brother calls me. He breaking codes of the pyramid. He breaking stuff. The brother is on it. Next thing I know, it's a new person. This person now, this person is talking about the Lord Jesus Christ and all this, and he's throwing up. He starts throwing up and all this here. They got him. They got it. They didn't do it with the clone thing. They walked in his body. Another brother from South Carolina I met, he was doing fine 2 weeks ago. He called, he said, man, I just got out of the mental institution. I said, you say he was in there for 2 weeks. They came in and got in the body. So they can do these things, so you got to be careful, not to the simple fact of whatever, you just got to be on your game. Basically what it means is this. This is the key on the walk-in shit. If you ain't real, then it's best for you to just go back into society and try to be ignorant. Sometimes they don't mess with you for being ignorant because they figure you have no virtue in the first place. They say he's an idiot anyway, so ain't no need to walk in. But don't be straddling the fence. They're talking about the lukewarm. You can't be cold and hot on this shit. With this knowledge now, I'm telling you what I know. I've seen this thing with my own eyes. I saw it last year. I went to speak with a sister. Sister was on it. This year, total new sister. Total new sister. Total sister. You see what I'm saying? They can walk in those bodies. So we talking about that kind of stuff going on. So, and they walk in based on your heart.